Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us today. As above, so below. This is definitely Venus energy. I like to say Venusian to each and every one of you guys that have been a part of our live. These lives are for Christian people that practice the ATRs. They are also for those that have left the church that still practice the ATRs but don't want to have nothing to do with the church. I want to say, first of all, if this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. To each and every one of you guys, I want to first say salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, and to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Adjays. To those that do not know, that on this platform I teach real magic. I do not teach my beliefs, or do I teach my opinion, or teach my practices. I teach universal laws that apply and applicable to each and every one of us, no matter whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Now, this is Friday night. Some of you guys are being notified that we are here, and let me tell you something. This is an opportunity for a lot of you guys that have never been around somebody that practice real magic, that has absolutely nothing to do but church and religion. But when you want to learn about real energy, frequency, and vibration, this is a live that is going to be such a life transforming experience. Because you're dealing with somebody that has been doing this since I was a child. I'm 51 years old. What's up, my baby Scorpio? Thank you for joining us. This is an opportunity for, if you are really trying to indulge into spirituality, and you're trying to grow, and you want to learn, and you want, whether you practice, get initiated, whether you just want to learn magic, so when you go to a practitioner, you have a better understanding how to work with him or her. This is going to be a very informative live. This has a lot to do with aligning yourself. This has a lot to do with maturity. And for somebody that has been servicing people for a very, very long time, and professional people and unprofessional people, people with money, no money, educated, no uneducated, there are some things that I am sharing today that you're not going to get in a book. You're not going to get in a video other than somebody with true experiences, somebody that is serving, that is on both ends of the law, that has had experiences of being on the mountaintop and the valley low. I have a variety of experiences, not only personally for myself, but for whether it's for my family or my children. What's up there? Oh, hold on, put my glasses on. That I ain't got on. Let's see here. All right, Demetrius Clark is in the house. Ryan is in the house. Tronda Aries in the house. Royal Artiste. Monique 444 Crab Cakes. Now, this is why these lives are so essential. If you have gotten my graveyard work, if you've taken classes from me, if you have ever encountered a consultation with me, there's something very distinct about me that you're going to experience versus other spiritualists. I am uniquely designed for my particular area of expertise. I'm very forthcoming, I'm very direct, and I'm a very honest person when it comes down to your well-being. What's up, Mama Susan in the house? Gemini. Then I got my 69 Renee. Thank you so much. Bo, sir, thank you so much for that love offering today. Thank you for your consistency, your support, your love. I just appreciate you so very, very much. One day we're going to actually physically meet. But I just want to say thank you so much, because I take a lot of pride in what I do, and the level, how you have grown, and how you share your thoughts and your ideas on my platform, and on my after my lives, and how you commit to sharing your personal testimony with people to help other melanated men to grasp this spirituality and what it's doing for your life, and how you are just there, you know, in word and in deed, I should say it like that. So thank you so much for what you do for Apostolic and my personal self. Now, I also want to say to each and every one of you guys, continue to rock, continue to move, because this live is going to be something. Now, I want to say this before I get started tonight. What's up, Darius, my Pisces? Before I get ready tonight, I'm going to say this. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is Aries. My rising sign is Pisces. I am not a TV dinner spiritualist. I am not a Walmart, Dollar General, clearance sale spiritualist. I need to make a distinction. I am not an uneducated spiritualist. I am not a an unemployed spiritualist. I'm not a bad body spiritualist. I'm not a spiritualist, can't get none without magic. When I say none, I'm talking about sex. What else I'm not? I'm a lot of things that don't align me with that. I wouldn't vote for Trump with your dick. No less than my own. So, I say this, I am a pastor. I am a preacher. I am a homeowner. I have been employed at UPS. This is my 30th year working at United Parcel Service. And all of these things, when you're listening to me, I did not grow up poor. I want to say that. I've had money that was legal. I've had money that's illegal. I had a diverse amount of sex and enjoyable, most of them. But I say this tonight before I start talking about what I'm going to talk about, because there's an old saying, consider the source. So in order for you to value anything that I say tonight when I talk about spirituality, you need to understand that where I am coming from, what is motivated. Game Boy said, who are you, black boy? My dick is too long to be qualified as a boy. You ought to ask your daddy that. Now, that we got that out the way. Oh, let me put it. When I get naked, nobody calls me a boy. Not even your father. Your father calls me daddy. Okay. All right. Now that we got that out, that we help include. What's up, Chris? Thank you so much. So, I want you to know that my platform is to help educate when it comes to magic. I because of my experiences, a lot of people that claim to try to get help, that are seeking spiritual help. I'm gonna address this tonight. My subject tonight is, don't let your dysfunction mess up your spiritual relationship. And whether you are a beginner in magic, an intermediate, or advanced, whether you are somebody that is watching on the sideline, in honor of my head, Rarisha Mafedifun. Oh yeah, I am rocking my Fedifun Shango tonight. And I also, my head Arisha crown Bablu Aye. I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Now, don't forget that we are super chat. If you got questions, hit that super chat. If you want to donate, you want to support, hit super chat. Good evening to you as well. What's up there, Unveiling Ann? Thank you for being with us, Pisces in the house. Now, I need to say this again. There is my god dang it, Natasha Foster, my Aquarius from North Carolina. All right, Aphrodisiac. Now I'm going to really get the topic now. Now, listen. Don't let your dysfunction mess up your spiritual relationship. So, Apostle Ely, I'm not a Christian. I didn't grow up in the church. What's up, Aries? I see you. I didn't grow up in the church, but I do practice hoodoo. I do practice voodoo. I practice Santeria, Lakumi. I'm a mystic. I'm an Agi. I'm an Eastern Star. I'm a Mason. This still going to apply. We have been influenced by the church, especially melanated people. And I want to talk about this because a lot of you guys are not interested in personal development. And personal development helps you to understand who you are. So the fact that we are in the age of Aquarius for 2,000 years, and your individuality and who you are and why you were born on this particular timeline and why you have a particular gift or a talent or the arche or energy or power in the church, we say, that you have is so very significant to how you function and deal in your relationship. And if you have learned incorrectly how to deal with your natural relationship, the chances of you behaving poorly with your spiritual relationship are quite considerably high. Why is 3 or 4? If you want to know what that is, that's one of my investment properties. That's why it's there. Did that help you out any? Now, I do realize on my lives that we have people that come in that are completely ignorant, no mannerism, no respect. They probably was raised up in the church and up under white Jesus. Now, it is what it is. I want to talk about dysfunction when it comes down to your spiritual relationship and why you don't want to mess that up. Your spiritual relationship has to do with your eternal development. Your natural relationship that you have has to do with your flesh, whether it can be family relationship, it can be husband and wife relationship, it can be father and mother relationship, it can be child to parent relationship. These relationships are very earthly, intact, and they are temporal. But the relationship that you have spiritually is very, very important, and that is from your tata, your mambo, your hugon, whoever they are. And when it comes down to spirituality, it is so very important not to address your spirituality how you address your natural relationship. And the fact that most people that get into any form of spiritual practice does not look at it from the aspect that energy is never destroyed. Energy is never ever destroyed. It is transmuted, it is transformed, but it is not destroyed. And so when you get into spiritual relationships, whether that via through the church with the baptism of the Holy Ghost, whether it is through Ifa, whether it's through voodoo, whether it is through hollow, there's so many ways that you can enter into spiritual relationships. And there are so many melanated people that are out here that are practicing hoodoo and root work and conjure. When you, sir and ma'am, do not have good relationships, spiritual relationships, and you allow the dysfunction that you have with your parents, the dysfunction you have with your siblings, the dysfunction you have with other people that you have been in a sexual relationship, that you step into relationships with your tatas, your mambos, your hugans, your apostles, your pastors, your teacher, your evangelists, your iyamis, or your bokor, whatever particular title that they carry in whatever particular pantheon that you're operating in, and you feel that the way that you ignore your mother, that you can ignore your spiritual mother. The way that you distance yourself with your natural father, you feel that you can distance yourself with your spiritual father. The way that you backstab your sisters or your natural brothers, you feel that you can bring that same dysfunction into those spiritual relationships, not realizing there's repercussion by which the energy you enter into. So it doesn't matter what spell you work, or what kind of prayer life you have. It doesn't matter what kind of gift or talent. The level of dysfunction that exists, thank you for just joining. The level of dysfunction that exists in the ATRs has a lot to do with the dysfunction that people already had before they ever got a reading, before they ever got scratched, before they ever got initiated, before they ever did a rogation, before they ever gave derecho, before they ever sowed a seed. I am encouraging melanated people to step back from magic, step back from the tradition, and assess yourself before you start unifying yourself with people when you are not man enough or woman enough to function correctly with the respect that you're dealing with energy, frequency, and vibration, which is eternal. The way that you jump around in your sexual relationship is dysfunctional. But when you participate in that same dysfunction when it comes down to your spiritual teachers and leaders and traditions, it is not a good thing. If you have questions tonight, and I'm going to be nice, if you have questions, hit my super chat. Most of you guys that come in that are asking questions, you're not concerned about what we practice here. You're not concerned about real magic, and you don't even give yourself the respect to even open your ears and try to get a better understanding what you're listening to before you try to be funny. Now, I want to give you this insight. I'm a Sagittarius, and I come up on 34th court, and what that means is that I will roast you and your family and your lineage like nobody else. But I am trying to give you the opportunity to hear somebody that does conjure, that does work spiritually for people, places, and things. And I'm 51 years old, and I've been doing it a considerably long time. And so therefore, as long as I continue to tell you, there's nothing for free. The man and woman that grew up in the church that think, and this is what I mean by, because I'm going to teach a message tomorrow, niggas and they Jesus. I'm going to teach that tomorrow. I don't care what I'm going on, what I'm doing. Niggas and they Jesus. And the reason why I say that is because the church has taught you that you have some type of right to force your ideas, your beliefs, your feelings upon other people, all in the name of the Lord, and the other people are supposed to turn the other cheek because you are saying that or you're doing that in the supposed name of Jesus. Well, not only will I whip your ass, I will whip your Jesus ass. Now, I have a different God that I serve, and when my concept of Yahshua, the I am, is very different than the Jesus that a lot of Christians claim to be serving. Okay, I need you to understand that. So I am not going to address you like the normal pastor would address you. I'm not going to address you like the normal apostle is going to address you, because I transcend a lot of those ideologies, because I understand that they were made up terms, they were made up parables, and a lot of that information that most Christians believe in come out of Egypt and Kemet. They stole a lot of those ideas and precepts out of that. And so therefore, because I have that understanding, I understand how to stay in the church and still help melanated people and still practice my conjure without feeling that I'm going to hell. Because I understand there's an astral plane. There's truly an astral plane, but there's not in hell, because that is a male. There are spaces in the astral plane that there are spirits that are very hot, treacherous, very full of chaos energy, and they don't mind whooping your ass. And so therefore, whatever energy that you pass away with is where you go into the astral plane, or go into the spirit world, or what we call the ethers. So I need you to understand that when you're listening to me, I am not these typical pastors that the congregation takes care of me and they pay for me to live. I take care of myself. Okay, I'm 30 years at UPS. My check this week was a little over $1,700. I get paid weekly. I was talking to Mother Susan. In the last 2 weeks, I did almost $3,500. That's just my natural job. That has nothing to do with my business. It has nothing to do with anything else. That's just what I bring in. Okay? So when you're talking to me, you need to understand that. That's very important. So when I say dysfunction, it means that you incorrectly behave, you incorrectly function, you incorrectly handle people, places, and things. And sometimes most people don't. Thank you so much, Ryan. Said this is Grown Folks Live over here. It's flesh. So come correct or leave the same way you came. I know that's right. Thank you, Ryan, for that. Now, I do realize that black people, melanated people, also have caucasity in their veins. And they also have audacity in their throats. I am here for you as well. I have a Harriet Tubman anointing. And what that means to you, melanated people that carry that caucasity, is that just like Harriet Tubman, when people decided that they didn't want to go to the land of the free and they wanted to return back to Massa, she popped the cap in their ass. In other words, she laid them to rest. So I don't have a problem spiritually doing what I got to do if you come in here with a caucasity, because all skin folk ain't what? Kin folk. So I need you to be very clear of my mentality when I'm on these platforms and I'm teaching. I'm not looking for validation. I got all the validation that I need up under my belly button. I don't need no validation from nobody else. Okay? And I'm already chosen and called and empowered. So I believe that more melanated people, if they want to develop, that they will have a regard. The Bible says it like this: for the household of faith. And that means if you're in a house of voodoo, a house of hoodoo, a house of conjure, a house of mysticism, shamanism, sir, man, I'm not concerned about what kind. I'm concerned about you need to honor that energy, that frequency, that vibration, and be careful how you address those energies. This is not a scare tactic. Let me tell you what's funny. To Idea or whoever you are. Let me tell you what's really funny. The way that your mom and dad fight over who's gonna drink my nectar. What's funny is that I might be your father because I done nutted in your mama so many times. Your daddy might not be your daddy. And you know, once you go black, it's almost impossible to go back. What's funny is that you on my live and you're still helping me make money. Okay? Now, what's clownish to you is your bad body. What's clownish to you is that you literally think you fine and you good looking. Well, based off of the chart of ethnic background, mediocrity is what you do best. Over here, we're peculiar people. So we're not interested in what you call looking circus. It's irrelevant to us. Huh? Seeing y'all put on boxes and drawers with no ass, that's funny. Huh? So seeing y'all arch y'all back to try to look like you got some booty, that's funny. How y'all don't redesign all the drawers and the clothes so y'all can look like y'all got an ass and a shape. Now that's funny. Other than that, and that's the dysfunction I'm talking about. But I address it all. It doesn't matter to me. What's up, Stormy? 199. Thank you so much, baby. Much love to you. So, what's funny to one may not be funny to the other. So, I think that's hilarious. You know. You know how y'all, like y'all cockcasters, especially on y'all video, y'all be all that breathing and, take this cock. Now that's funny. How your mama got to sit there and act like she taking. Now that's funny. And then when she get over here with one of us, now you taking some wood. Oh my God. Anyway. What's up there, God's elect in the house? That's right. Your chocolate is here. Yes. Yes, you know. I'm just here to help. So, the reason why we talk about this as above, so below, and then talk about Venus energy, because it's about what you attract. And if you're not interested in attracting a certain type of person or entity or energy in your life, then you have to address your dysfunction and where you learn that from before you start working with people that you yourself, and this is what I say about this. If you're not willing to deny yourself, you don't need to be in the ATRs. If you're not into the ATRs for what it is, and you're only trying to use the ATR when you still believe in that Jesus doctrine that you grew up, you're gonna find yourself operating, and you're gonna think you're right. That's why I want to address it. You're gonna think you're right because that's how you was raised up, and whether you went to church or not, you still have church influence. But what you're going to do is mess with somebody like me that is rooted and grounded in the ATRs or African sciences, and that I don't adhere to a lot of the dogma that the church world has destroyed most of the melanated people in their psyche. See, I don't ascribe to a lot of that. And so I'm not interested in regurgitating it, and I'm also not interested in putting that information out there. What I am interested in is teaching universal laws that melanated people can stop walking in that dysfunction, and when they find somebody spiritual for real, that they know how to function correctly and get the benefits that God and their ancestors desired for them to have. You're not on my live because you don't have intellect. You're on my live because you want to understand what real magic is, what real chi is, what real prana is, what real power is. And so therefore, depending on how you're going to live your spirituality, whatever vehicle you use or utilize has nothing to do with Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. Because what vehicle, whether that has to do with your egoons, your ancestors. What I'm concerned about is that some of you guys are participating in the ATRs in something very powerful, something very eternal, something very cosmic, something very celestial. And this energy is never going to die. And if you don't learn how to properly operate in that, you may find yourself with some generational things that the church calls generational curses really coming from your ancestors and you behaving badly when it comes down to the ATRs. Energy, frequency, and vibration. That's why I teach universal laws. You cannot come and work with a Santero, a Palato, a Iyami, a Bokor, a Mambo, a Hugon. I'm talking about real spiritual workers, a real root worker, a real hoodoo worker, and think that you can just walk off or you can say things that you think they don't hear, and you think that you're not going to reap the repercussion of your action. Energy out, energy in. It doesn't matter if you don't practice Santeria. It doesn't matter if you don't practice Christianity. It doesn't matter if you don't practice Islam. It doesn't. None of that stuff matters. What matters is you are a spiritual being carrying energy, and if you gossip, you're putting out energy. If you're a type of person, you talebearer, you're going around sharing information about people, or certain man, if you are an individual that likes to break contract, or you're an individual that like you borrow from your sister and don't pay her back, but then you do that to a spiritual person, there's repercussions. See, your sister might have to wait on karma. That spiritual man or woman, all they got to do is summon karma. I want you to know how differently you should behave with your spiritual family, your spiritual brothers and sisters, your spiritual mother and father, versus how you have behaved. See, you cuss your spiritual mother or father out. I mean, your natural mother or father out over there. And they're going to be hollering by, oh, your day's going to be cut off. See, you cuss this spiritual dad out, spiritual father out, and then I'm going to cut your days off. I'm not going to wait on, I don't need to wait on Jehovah. I don't need to wait on Elohim. I don't need to wait on your ancestors. I don't even need to wait on karma that sits in Saturn. I'll bring it on, because I would tie that statement you made to me to your ass, and I would let it handle you. See, I'm telling you guys, it is so important, certain man, that once you realize that you are getting into a spiritual relationship and you're getting into a covenant with an individual man, woman, or elate or covenant, you need to address them very differently. And this is not about fear. This is about respecting energy, frequency, and vibration. This has nothing to do with, because I'm Chief Apostle Eli. This has all to do with my training. I don't care if you're in a church. I don't care if you are a solitary witch. I don't care if you are a believe in vampirism. I don't care if you believe in Satanism. That, sir, ma'am, is irrelevant to me. Hello there, Tyrell, chosen one. What somebody, Derek Keys, says witchcraft. Now, it's funny that you came on my live, Derek Keys, and I think this is not your first time coming on my live. Now, what I'm going to tell your punk ass is this. Nobody gives one fuck, no less than 2 or 3, about your perception about what goes on here. Now, you need to go find the pussy you came out of, and you go back up in that. That's what you need to do. Because you come over here, fuck boy, you going to get roasted. That colonial term right there means absolutely nothing to nothing and nobody on this platform that rock with this platform. So you take your ignorant, irrelevant ass somewhere else and hopes that you will be relevant. Because on here, you're not relevant. Okay? Thank you. And hit that Cash App. And thank you for helping my algorithm. Because all things work together for my good. Thank you so much for coming in and even sharing that. And I want you to know this goes worldwide. So many, many, many people are going to see me roast your ass. Okay? And we thank God for you. Because you still work for my good. With your stupid ass. But you ain't as stupid as the woman that brought you into the world. Because she was a dumb bitch. She should have swallowed you. The world would have been a better place. Thank you so much. Now, I want to say this, not so much as for the people that actually work with me, but if you in a church, like my church, and my church actually practices the ATRs very openly, your inability to deny flesh, your inability to deny mother and father and brothers and sisters is going to cause a very strong conflict when it comes down to spirituality. I want to encourage many of you, if you have not gotten into the ATRs yet, I want you to really consider your level of commitment. I want you to really consider your level of devotion and how you're able to communicate clearly and with clarity about why you are doing certain things or making certain decisions and making certain relationships with certain other people that are spiritual. And so therefore that your family, your loved ones, your husband, your children don't get involved in those spiritual relationships. And because you're going through something with your tata, your mumbo, that is not for you to go back to your unprotected, uninitiated, unspiritual family and address your concerns or your dislikes about your tata, your mama, your hugan, your apostle and pastor, and don't think that judgment is not going to fall on your level. You're doing not only yourself a disservice, you're doing your family or your loved ones a disservice, because it's very unfair, because they did not make that commitment. You did. They did not enter into that spiritual relationship. You did. You did that. They didn't get scratched. You did. They didn't get initiated. You did. Your spiritual relationship is very different. Very, very different than your spiritual. Natural and spiritual, not the same. A lot of times, people get into the ATRs and they behave very badly. They feel like because they gave the retro, they gave money, or they feel entitled. You're not entitled in the spiritual community. You're not entitled to anything but who you are and your energy. You don't have a right, sir or ma'am, to go out. And I have been with my padrino a little over a year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't tell him what to do. As spiritual as I am, as much as a seer as I am, I still have people to this day that think they know better for me than I know for myself. I have so many spirits in my head that talks and commune with me. Why would I listen to your voice? You have not brought me out of one trial. You have not worked one miracle for me. You have not healed my body one time. You have not made, you have not did any, like I already have a council of spirits that speak to me. And so therefore, if there's a concern, they're going to see it. I have spirit intervening even in my sexual life, because some of these hoes that I was trying to knock off, they weren't good for me. So my spirits got rid of them. They're on whole patrol. I got spirits that literally are on whole patrol. Huh? Some hoes they let through, some hoes they reject. You don't watch over me like that. You don't watch over my soul like that. You don't watch over my affair. Anything pertaining to me, my spirits, there are different spirits that rule over those jurisdictions. I not only have in Pungos, I also have the 7 African powers and spirits that have been with me since a child. I have a tribe of spirits that work with me. I literally, when in the church world, had a young lady go to my pastor and said that she knew that those spirits that came to her were from me. And those spirits addressed her as a tribe. And she got scared. My pastor called it witchcraft. The girl that addressed it, she died. There's consequences, y'all. Address spirit. Thank you so much, Demetrius. Let me tell y'all something. Energy is real. If you don't believe in a God, believe in science. Energy is real. Frequency is real. Vibration is real. If you don't believe in nothing else, my energy and my numbers in Palo and in Ochai are 3, 6, and 9. Those are my numbers. Those are my spiritual numbers. Those are my cycles. I have been operating with that since a child. If you are not going to respect the math, then respect the science. If you're not going to respect the science, respect the math. You cannot afford to continuously to make bad decisions when it comes to spiritual relationships. You cannot afford to keep trying to sleep with spiritual people trying to get power. They do that stuff in the church. Because you sleeping with somebody anointed does not mean that you are getting, only thing you getting out of them is some anointed inches and some anointed cream or some anointed semen. That's all you get. But you're not going to suck. I don't care how good your Hoover throat is. I don't care if you got a Dyson for a throat. You're not going to suck the anointing out of that man or woman. Stop going around being ignorant, thinking that because you have sexual relationship with somebody that you're going to gain their gift, their talent, or their ability. And I don't care. This is my problem. People want people to teach real magic, real spirituality. They want everything to be so real and so honest. But when you talk about things that people are literally doing out of ignorance, all of a sudden now this is too holy for your ears. Well, this is real life. People are literally doing this. People are really behaving like this. And at the end of the day, if you don't like the term or the language that I use, it still don't make it any less true. That's why your spells don't work like mine. At the end of the day, you're listening to somebody that has a high success rate. Very high. And you still don't want to listen. You still think that you're going to go on Amazon and get the same candle. You still believe that if you go to a botanica, you still think because you got on Eleke that me and your Eleke are the same. You really believe that your Nfumbe is strong. And guess what? You got to right the thing. Until we get into war, until we get into a real fight, then that's when the rubber hits the road. I am trying to prevent melanated people to stop getting into spiritual war, not because somebody working on you, because of nothing but dysfunction. Trying to make that man or woman be something to you that your family is not. You were able to rob and lie to your mom. You go over here robbing and lying to that spiritualist that's really operating in his or her alche. There's consequences. We like to call everything the devil when we are in violation of respecting energy, frequency, and vibration. And I hope tonight, before you attract anything else into your life, before you call those things that be not as though they were, before you do that, that you will sit down and ask yourself and get some honest advice. Get you some real friends. Get you some honest friends. Get you some friends that don't mind telling you about your ass. And ask them, am I dysfunctional? Am I behaving badly? Am I being unrealistic? Am I looking for something for nothing? Am I trying to nickel and dime my way through my spiritual journey? Do I want something for? Do I want people to be more concerned and feel sorry for me than actually trying to learn how to be victorious in this spiritual journey? When it comes down to real life and real spirituality, most people are not concerned about learning anything. All you want to do is get into trouble and all of a sudden panic and want everybody to do emergency work for you. I'm trying to save you some time. I'm trying to save you some dollars. I'm trying to save you some ass whooping. I'm trying to save your family. If you would just listen and really acknowledge that a lot of your problems that you're having in the spiritual community has a lot to do with your dysfunction. Has a lot to do with it. You don't know how to keep your mouth off of people. If you ain't sucking dick or eating ass, your mouth ain't got no business being on other people. And I hope you're doing that with permission. I hope you ain't raping nobody and doing it. And so, therefore, this is why I see whether I see it in my elate. I see this same behavior. And then when something happens, you want somebody to cleanse you. When all you got to do is start checking yourself. All you got to do is stop going around and tending to other people's business. All you got to do is to be a good steward and get what you need. You go there just like on my job. I don't go to my job for love. I go to my job to make money. When I go to my padrino, I'm not going to my padrino for love. I'm going to my padrino because he needs to teach me how to operate with the Orisha. You there to teach me magic. You ain't there to teach me how to fuck. You're not there to teach me how to pay my bills. You're not there to teach me how I need to behave as a man, a grown man. That's not his job. His job is to teach me about my Orisha and what I need to do on my path. His job is not there to sit there and try to figure out how I need to be dealing and behaving. Imagine why women is doing so many love spells. It's all because of dysfunction. It's because of dysfunction. You're going to find yourself doing conjure, whether it's hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lacuna. You're going to find yourself doing conjure. The more you don't fix your dysfunction, the more you're going to find yourself having to pray, having to do an ebo, doing healing work. The more you don't pay attention to your diet, you're not living to be healthy. You're not living to be sober minded. You're not living to evolve. You're out here literally trying to do spiritual work and not realizing that you have to build relationships. You can't get in your spiritual community and say fuck everybody, because somebody gonna say fuck you back. Some of y'all got bad attitude, and you gonna mess around running up on the right one that will adjust that attitude with a monkey wrench. Spiritual, of course, but we on social media. See, in the church world, you like to mess with other people, a man and woman. Oh, in the spiritual community, they'll fuck you up. In the church world, you go around and try to overthrow the pastor by trying to vote him or her out. See, over here in the spiritual community, I'm going to put some down for your ace and throw you out and throw you up. I need y'all to understand these behaviors, you learn this. And I'm trying to tell you, to encourage you to unlearn that before you find yourself in some bad predicament. Because as people evolve in these spiritual sciences, there are going to be more repercussions behind. It ain't going to just be Apostle Ely that you got to worry about. Some of these babies that I'm teaching and sharing with them, they're going to be way more advanced. They're going to be walking with Arche and Chi that you ain't seen before. And you're going to think that you're going to be able to handle them because they're a young man or woman, even though the Bible told your raggedy ass, despise not your, told Timothy, let no man despise your youth. Because every young person is not unskilled. But if you had proper etiquette and you just give respect to it, give honor to whom honor due, you won't find yourself getting into it with somebody old or young. So let me say this, what I mean also by dysfunction. You knew how your family was before you got involved. I want you to look at me real good. I am a very good communicator. I am a person that gives people opportunity to derail, disband, and go another direction without any penalty. That's how I rock and roll. But what I ain't fit to have is I gave you and your family opportunity to find you somewhere to play. And if you think I'm going to let your family or anybody, by that matter, and that's inclusive of my biological family, if you're not my mother, you're not her, and you're not my father, you're not him, I will put the what's happening on your ass. If you come messing with me, if you bother what God has given me, I don't go and bother people. I don't tend to other people's business. If you over here on my territory where the divine mother and father have given me jurisdiction, and you come with the foolishness, I don't care how dysfunctional your ass is, I will put you in a retarded house. Huh? You think you crazy? I will put you and your family in straitjackets. That's why I tell people, listen, go play over there. It's safe over there. Because there's repercussions over here. And just because these other pastors are playing games with God and the divine, that don't mean I'm doing it. Black people like to run back to that Jesus crap when they don't want to follow instruction, when they mess up. That's like when people don't do right with one credit card, they go get another one until you can't get a credit card at all. When you don't do right with one bank account, you don't do right till you can't get one bank account at all. These are the people like to run back to Jesus after you done went out there and disrespected the ancestors. After you done went out there disrespected the Egun. After you done went out there disrespected the Nkisi, the Mpungo. Now all of a sudden now you want to go talking about Christian and you done with all that black magic. All because you're dysfunctional. And there's repercussion. And you can still go back there, but it ain't going to stop that the spirit. All you're going to do is get them people in that church and them pastors messed up, fooling with real energy, frequency, and vibration. That's all you're going to do. And you still going to pay that penalty. You still going to pay that penalty. So before you get involved with a real man, a real woman, sit down and count up the cost, sir. Ma'am, this real magic. Energy is not about how you think about it. It's not about what you believe. It doesn't matter if you are behind a wall. If that person is operating effectively, they can find you wherever you are. That's why I tell people, if I can read you with a false name, I can take your name that you give on the internet and give you a correct reading. Why the hell do you think I need your actual government name or anything? All I need is your energy. All my spirits need is your energy. They will locate you wherever. That's why I don't worry about what these people be talking about. I don't care. What I care about is what you claim that you're trying to learn. And if you're going to learn real magic, you got to learn to respect and show responsibility. And let me tell you, sir, something, sir and ma'am. I'm speaking specifically to bisexual men and women and gay men and women. The divine don't care. I will whoop your ass equally. Just like I don't judge nobody. Don't use your sexuality and hide behind your dysfunction. I didn't like your fuck shit because you did some fuck shit. I don't care if you gay. I don't care if you bisexual. I don't care if you abstinence. When you come over here with the foolishness, I'm going to hand you your ass. Equally. Just like I would do a straight person. Just like I would do a broke person. Just like I would do an uneducated person. Just like I would do a homeless person. You come with the foolishness, I am going to lay it to your ass. Because you're not disrespecting over here. I don't care who you are. Huh? I don't care how much pussy you lick and dick you suck. I don't care. I am not interested, sir and ma'am. If you ain't doing it to me, I am not interested. There's no personal benefit. Just come correct. I am not concerned about whether you've been doing this for 50 years or whether you just started yesterday reading books. If you want to learn, I'm cool with that. But if you come here with the foolishness, huh? I'm gonna fill your cup. I'm going to put some wood in you that's going to do something very different than the wood you have been accustomed to receiving. That's all you got to do with me. I'm very easy to deal with. Rules, regulation, respect, we good. You come to learn, you're going to learn here. But that dysfunction, you don't need to mess up your life because you don't want to respect energy. Don't let what you learn in the church get you fucked up in the ATRs. Because I don't know no other way to speak it. I love the Lord like anybody else. But a lot of y'all that grew up in the church, you going to let what you learn in that church get into hoodoo and voodoo, and you going to find yourself in some bad spaces and places. And it's simply because, and it's only because you are dysfunctional. You're dysfunctional, and you need to straighten that. Over here, I'm not gonna run to the padrino. I'm not gonna run to the pastor. I don't do none of that. I warn you one time, and I handle it as such. That's why I'm very straight up with people. That's why I'm very honest with people. I'm very direct with people. I love what I do. I told you guys about my yesterday we were dealing with Oya. Today it's Oshun. I'm very serious about when I do magic. My in the house of Sagittarius is Capricorn. My North Node is a Capricorn. I don't play about my spirituality. I'm very serious when it comes to my spirituality. Now I like to have fun about stuff, but I'm entrenched when it comes down to black arts and black magic. I'm not no surface spiritualist. So I hope that you took this to heart. I hope you have a conversation with your family. Everybody that you claim to love, that you don't want nothing to happen with, teach them about energy, frequency, and vibration. Because I don't need these electrons on to put something on your ass. Matter of fact, I can do it butt naked if I wanted to. It's not my hat. It's not my glasses. It's my arche. That's why I wore this shirt instead of my normal shirt that I wear on my life. Because it ain't about what I'm wearing. You don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about none of that I'm wearing. Because what can what can really get it down is what's living on the inside. That's why we say in the church that you don't need no building because we are the church. Well, you don't need no graveyard. I'm the cemetery, and I will bury your ass. So I'm gonna give you another opportunity to get it right, and I'm talking to the members of my church now. I'm giving you a stark opportunity to address your dysfunction. I love you, but I will put it to your ass. I don't work too hard, and I have come over too many thresholds. And for you to get with this family stuff, you knew the fuck shit your family was doing, but you kept quiet. But as soon as I address the fuck shit, all of a sudden you want to get loud. Don't make me plug your ass. Don't make me do it. And guess what? Whether you help me or not, it's still gonna get done. Because God got what if you decide not to do or help any longer, I promise you, I'm gonna still get what God got for me. God bless you and gave you an opportunity to serve in a real place, in a real house, up on a real leader. Don't catch feelings. If you didn't catch no feeling when your family was talking that crap, don't catch no feelings now when I'm talking my crap. Because what's good for the goose should always be good for the gander. Like I don't have loved ones, siblings. But your family talk about me as though I ain't got a living mother. Like I ain't got a living sister and brother. Like I ain't got living children. Everybody want to catch feeling when it comes to their people. But when you're dealing with spiritual people, we suppress that part of our life and we put you first. But all of a sudden now, you want to holler about your family. I done told y'all, do not follow me. Do not learn up under me if you ain't committed. And I ain't talking about to me. Get it right with your egoons. Get it right with your ancestors. Get it right with your Orisha, your whatever it is that you claim to be serving. Because real spiritual people don't have time to be arguing with your family because you over there running your mouth. We don't have time for that. We're going to address it spiritually. That's what we're supposed to do. That's not us being evil. That's not us being wicked. We are spiritual men and women, and we're supposed to be dealing with things from a spiritual perspective. So understand that. When you're dealing with me, you're dealing with a warrior. When you're dealing with me, you're dealing with somebody that is very vindictive and vengeful. My moon is in Aries. I don't know how many times I get the planet of war. I'm a child of the day. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't hide who I am. I don't lie to people how I am. Long as you don't bother me, are we good? You and your family can feel whatever. I don't have a problem with people thinking I'm the devil. I don't have a problem with people thinking I'm evil. I don't have a problem. I really don't. Because I don't give a damn what you think. What I have a problem with when you act upon that. When you take action. Then I'm going to give you the opposite and the equal reaction. And that ain't magic. That's science for your ass. So respect me as your leader. Love your family, but respect me as your leader. Because who all choose not to respect me will fear me. And I put that on every hair. Every pubic hair on your ass. Now, like I said, I try to be nice to people and I try to be professional and all of that. But some of y'all come with that crazy stuff. I'm 51 years old. I don't have time for Minister Mario, son of a Chosen. He dead. He used to talk to y'all and address y'all where I didn't have to do it. But you come over here messing with me and my energy and where my mind is right about now. You ain't got... Don't let that dysfunction mess up a really good relationship you can have with me. Black people like to keep quiet when they family members are doing stuff and they loved one doing stuff. But as soon as somebody get ready to handle their ass, all of a sudden now you want to speak up. I would sew your throat. I would sew your ass up from your belly button all the way up to your lip. I am not that person. And I won't even use voodoo. I would use nothing but hoodoo. I would tangle your ass all the way up. And I do that because that's disrespectful what you're doing. Because I ain't bothering nobody. You want to catch feelings. You catch these hands. Guys and girls, tonight, I hope you take spirituality serious. You may never want to work with me. That's fine. But energy is not going to change because you might not be able to deal with my temperament or my personality. You might not want to learn up under me in Ocha and voodoo and something. It's fine. But energy still don't change. It's still what it is. And if you're going to choose to work with me, you need to check that at the door. Because you don't want to come in my house and get me to check it. Because I'm not going to check it the way you check it. I'm going to check it from who I am and how I deal and how I function. You lie to your mama and daddy about what you going to give. You lie to me, I'm going to punish your ass. I never asked for permission to chastise my natural children, and I'm not going to ask for permission to chastise my spiritual children. So if you don't believe in being chastised, you don't need to be over here. I got you, Chris, with Guardian Angel Incense. I don't cry about stuff. I just whoop ass. So if you don't want your ass whooped, do right. It's so simple. But you get slick at the mouth with me, and I'm old school. If you do stuff in private, we can handle it in private. But when you do stuff in the open, my mom taught where you show out, that's where I'm gonna handle your ass. If you don't want me to get in social media world openly putting what's happening on your ass, keep that up under the rug. Keep that in the house. But the moment you step out here on the threshold of what we call social media and try to address me directly or indirectly, subliminally or not, I'm gonna handle your ass. Because I'm the chief, not the chicken. And I don't care who you is. Huh? You done wrong, and all of a sudden now you so worried about your family. Because you really upset about what I said about that money. But you ain't man enough to say that's what the real problem is, so you want to hide behind your family. But guess what? I'm still going to get the money. And you still going to pay for not giving me what's owed to me. And I don't give a damn what you think about it. Because I whoop old people ass just like I whoop young people ass. You forget I'm dealing with the Ancient of Days. I've been here many lifetimes. Chris said, great message tonight. 499. Thank you, son. I appreciate that. And that's from Philly. Burn this. Anybody that practice real content know how serious magic is. So if Darius said, I choose you. Much respect to you, Apostle. Thank you so much. Melanated people don't let the church mess psychologically mess us up, and I understand that. So therefore, I tolerate things because I know how black churches have messed up our communities. So I try to give grace. But when you cross a line with me, and I done told y'all I'm not nothing to play with, I'm very honest. A lot of times I'm telling people my state of mind, and people laugh and, oh, Pastor Ely, you could say whatever you want to, but I have been honest about who I am and how I function. Now you can think it's humorous, you can think it's funny, but I'm telling you, I'm serious as a heart attack. I don't disrespect other people, and I won't be disrespected. And if you got a problem with me as a man, let me tell you something, and this about me. I don't care if you gay, straight, or bi. Hear me very well. I don't like it when women do it. I definitely ain't gonna put up off a man. I don't care how much dick you suck. I don't care how much ass you give up. I don't care how much pussy you stick. You come fooling with me with that foolishness, I'm gonna straighten you like a man. Just like God told Job, while you was complaining out there, stand up like a man. If I chastise a woman, you damn straight I'll chastise a man. And I don't care who you are. You could be the judge. I'll tear your ass up. And that's sexually and spiritually. You play with me. And it's still a Good Friday. Let me see if somebody send a cash app. That's the one way to get my attention. I don't care how upset I get about stuff. Send a cash app or a Zelle to see how I change. Oh, calm him down. You want to calm me down? Send me a cash app. Reading, please, if you are. Yeah, I'm doing readings. Jamari. Hold on. Where's my pen? Stormy. Sagittarius reading. I'm the type of person, I can address stuff, I'm still do my job. Don't ever think because I'm dealing with stuff that I'm not going to do my job. I get upset and go to work and make my money. I never not do business because I got to address something. Never feel like, oh, he's so upset or this is going on with him. Send my cash up. I would stop having sex. If that cash app right, I would stop wailing on some ass and come and see about you. I'm going to take me a spiritual bath first because I got to be clean because I've been doing the nasty. But I'm coming. Literally both ways, but that's beside the point. And that's another beautiful thing about this live tonight. This is all spirituality. For people that come on and act like they got one state of mind and one mode, no. The ups, the downs, the happy, the sad, all that spirituality. Because you can't separate that from who you are. That's why being real and upfront with people in the beginning will be a blessing to your career, spiritual career. Put it on air and act like you always happy and always smiling and all that. That's going to get you hemmed up. I don't do that with people. What you see is what you get, depending on what mood I'm in. And I'm going to still do my job at the spirit of excellence. All right. Stormy, let me know you're listening, baby, and I'm going to rock and roll for you. Because you've been good to me. Yes. I'm waiting on my Stormy. I just need to know you're listening, and then I'm going to start reading. I'm surprised Mother Susan ain't asked me. Oh, she said, okay. She said present like we in school. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee, that which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes, concerning Stormy the Sagittarius, Stormy the Sagittarius. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes. I'm asking of thee, what is it that this Sagittarius needs to focus on? What is it that this Sagittarius needs to focus on? All right, Sag. Sagittarius comes up. Shadow is... I'm going to put my glasses back on. Oh, look at this. Silent partner in your shadow. I know that's right. It says Yud Resh Tav. It says tithing and meditation upon this sequence of letters remove dark force presence from my earnings. This means that this card right here is talking about removing negativity from around your finances. It goes on to say it's destructive influence in my life. The light is now my silent partner. That's Psalm 27, meaning that your angelic energies and spirits are being activated. It said, I am surrounded by endless blessings and protection. It's a partnership made in heaven. This card right here is focusing on your finances and focus on your protection. And it talks about how that these spirits are going to be protecting your finances and making sure that you actually receive your harvest. This card right here talking about anything that's been thrown at you to make it hard for you in the financial area. This is the focal point. Your middle card talks about building bridges. I like this setup because I can tell where this is going. Aleph Va Mem. It said, with the power of this name, I extend a hand of friendship to whom with I am in conflict, even if the conflict is about money. Now, your shadow card is talking about finances and your middle card. So, what I'm going to warn you is if you have loaned money to somebody, if you're helping people with your finances, you have to protect your finances before it leaves your hand. Because somebody is either they're trying to control where your money is going or what you're doing with your money, but somebody has an energy out, but you are being protected, but it's coming up in your reading. It said, I awaken compassion and summon the courage to pick up the phone and call the person right now. That means right now. Accordingly, a bridge to the upper world will erect in my behalf. This card also indicates that it's not to the degree where you're going to fall out with this individual. There is still a need for y'all relationship. This card right here talking about building bridges. So this is not over something that is going to actually ruin a relationship, but you need to be mindful and you need to keep your finances protected. Okay? Then your outcome card says self-esteem. Sagittarius on your outcome card. Hey, 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 it's the divine name. It said, with divine energy in this sequence of letters, I am connected to the power of the ancient high priest of my temple to heal all areas of my life. Now, this falling for Sagittarius in the outcome card talks about things getting better and being made whole as time progresses. It said including health problems, financial difficulties, and relationship conflict. So this card right here is talking about my triple threat. Or triple threat candle. This means that 3 areas of your life is going to be being worked on in a positive manner, and for you to be made whole in those areas. So your finances, your health, and even in your personal relationship, things are going to get better coming forward, because this is your outcome card, so this is stuff that is going to be actually coming into your life. So just be prepared and making sure that you're protecting your finances and your resources. I would do Psalm 112 and 113. If you want to protect your finances even more, I would get a brown paper bag. I'm going to tell you what to do. Get a brown paper bag and get a black pen. You need black ink to do this. You can do this. On once you're gonna write Psalm 50, you're gonna go to Psalm 54, and you're gonna write the scripture verses 5 through 6. And you're gonna write on the other side of that, protect my resources. Your resources include more than just finances. Tell your Eguns, because brown represent the color of the earth, and it also represent my head Orisha. It also represents the ancestors. So you're gonna burn that ash, but you're gonna burn that outside. So get something like this so it'll burn. Make sure all of it has to burn. Once you do this, you're gonna pray over that. You can burn it with, if you want to burn it with reversal incense, but it had all that whole, whatever you write on there after that is written in black, you're gonna ask them, but you need all of it has to burn. Nothing can be left that's not singed. It has to be burnt. So if you got to sit there and hold the fire there to make sure it burns, fine. But 5 through 6 on one side, and the other one will protect my resources, and watch what happens. Shamari wants to read. Hold on. Shamari. Yes, honey, I read. You ain't seen me reading these people this a few minutes ago? I read. It don't matter what kind of read it is. I don't think I missed. Did I miss you? I don't see you in my Cash App. Did I miss something? You want to read it? She said, got it. There you go. I told you, you can get my attention. I had to look down there. I don't give away free inches. I can't do it. I didn't come to the earth plane to do it this time. Demetrius says, standing in front of my ancestor altar right now, feel like it's being. I know that's right. Thank you. I told you. I told you. You support me, I'm gonna look out for you. Where's Ryan? Ryan, do you have? You should have your ancestor altar. What I need, Ryan. Ryan already got graveyard work. I need you, Ryan, but I need you to think about this. I need you to, whoever in your bloodline that really had it for you, because I don't want to do this for you unless this person really had it for you, that has passed on. I need you to because you could text me. Make sure when you figure out whoever that is, text me their name, because I'm gonna go to them for you. And I want you, once I go to them for you, then felt that. Once you put them, when you put that their picture back on that altar, you're gonna see your ancestor altar move very, very differently. I'm gonna show y'all ain't nothing to play with. When I say I'm a child of the dead, I'm the child of the dead. I can go to the dead and get them to move in ways when you can do. I'm taking Zarabanda to the church. All right. Make sure whoever it is, when you figure it out, then you text me their name. Then I'm going to go to them myself. I'm not even going to send my egos. I'm going to go to them and get them to do certain things for you. And then you put them on your altar and watch how your ancestor altar works. And you want to know why you should be investing in your graveyard work? I can do stuff you couldn't even imagine I can do. Okay, here we go, Shamari. Let me know you're listening, baby. She's out ordered that last week or so. I got you. Actually, I got to get a lot of y'all stuff out. Hopefully this weekend I'll be able to get it out. I got some of it out, but I didn't get it all out. Let's see. I'm waiting on. Okay, there goes Shamari. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee that which is in the dark, bring into light of my eyes concerning Shamari the Cancer. Shamari the Cancer. Shamari the Cancer. What is this Cancer needs to focus on? What is it this Cancer needs to focus on? Okay, thank you, Ryan. Focal point for Cancer. 3-card spread. It is speaking the right words for Cancer and Shadow. Let's see what this card says. Yud Yud Zayin. It says, I silence my ego. I put the mute button. Now I call upon the light to speak on my behalf all of the occasions so that my every word elevates my soul and existence. This card right here is talking about more action, because the mute button means that you cannot be heard. And a lot of times when you have emotions, the Cancers want to be heard. This card right here is saying that they want you to focus on not allowing the spiritual aspect of yourself, because it says the light. So this is also Psalm 20. I would do 25 and then 227. But this talks about elevation. That's why I added Psalm 25, because this talks about your elevation. So a lot of things the ego wants to handle for you, and not you trying to handle it yourself. Then your middle card comes up, certainty. It says Chet Ayin Mem. It says this name helps me to receive when I share, and to share when I receive. This talks about basically like infinity, the number 8. It says I can see the opportunities that sharing gives me, and I am aware that when I share with right consciousness, doing things for the right reason, Cancer, it said I am also sharing. This is a security of life. It says when I connect to it, I move out out of the black hole into the light. This has to do with transformation of the phases of the moon with Cancer. This also talks about your understanding the energy you put out, the energy you get. And you need to make sure that you're doing stuff for the right reason and with the right energy, because that energy also comes back to you. So making sure that you're conscious about things that you're doing when it comes to other people, places, and things. And then your outcome card is miracle making. Samet Yud Tet. It said, I free myself from selfishness. Your cards are really talking about self-development. They're all speaking to your ego. They're all speaking into making sure you don't do things for selfish reason. And that's even in your outcome card. It says envy, anger, and self-pity. It said by rejecting these negative temptations, because that's all they are, I am free to invoke this name, thereby igniting the power of miracles in my life. There are, in the outcome card, it talks about things really happening for you, but it has a lot to do with how you handle it. If you handle it in a good way, it turns out in a good way. If you don't handle it in a good way, it's not going to turn out in a positive way. But this card is talking about miracles are awaiting you, but it has a lot to do with how you address the situation and not allowing those particular attributes to rule. Okay? I think it's still a positive read, because it has a lot to do with self-growth. And once again, I want to say thank you to Bo. I also want to thank for any of you guys that hit that super chat. I don't want you to think it's irrelevant. This is going to help us be in a better place when I go to traveling, because this YouTube page is being challenged, but we're prevailing and we're coming out on top. And because I have chosen to address melanated people above all people, you know, people got issues with that, and that's fine. But it takes melanated people to keep this flourishing and being successful. And to all of you that want to understand what it is to do graveyard work, support somebody like me and the benefits that come along with that, that's a lot of benefits. But every now and then you have to check a bitch. So it is what, when I say bitch, I'm talking about male, female, gay, straight, or bi. I don't care if you rich or poor, educated or not. If you come here with it, I would dog walk your ass. That's why I call you a bitch. If you don't want to be dog walk, call a walk, then don't come with the foolishness. And we're gonna be happy. We're gonna be married. We're gonna hit likes. We're gonna hit shares. We're gonna make comments. We're gonna help everybody grow and love on each other. And it's all gonna be good if we do right. That's all. All right. I love you all. Appreciate you. Don't forget to comment behind this video if you feel like this will help other people not operate in dysfunction and really see themselves grow and develop and have good relationship with spiritual people. All right. Love you all. Thank you so very much. In honor of my faithful Shango Thank you so much for the lightning that is going through my body right now. So thank you. I got the I haven't eaten or none of that, but I got to get Zarabanda to the church. All right, thank you so much. And those that got your bayberry candles, those are taken care of. Also, those that just recently came on with your graveyard work, I'm doing more conjure. I got other packets. I told you guys about those grains that I got to send out. Those are going out as well. So give me some time, because I'm doing everything by myself. I got to go tomorrow and pick out Minister Mario's headstone for his grave, and so I got to do that. And I got to go to Miami tomorrow, so I got stuff. I'm gonna try to get it all done, so y'all bear with me, okay? Don't think that I don't know that you got products out there. I am gonna get it, and if I take too long, everybody on here tell you I'm gonna put extra in there. I'm a makeup artist. I believe in making up with people because I like to have good relationships. So you will always be taken care of one way or the other, okay? I love you all. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. God bless.